がここにいるうちの本物のスクールスポーツのために行こうぜベイビーバンこの国は気をつけて、現実になることがありますからね。
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and continue the long-standing tradition of covering Japanese boxing here on True School Sports. True School Sports, the #1 source for Japanese boxing in America, from an American. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you to everybody for tuning in and showing your love and support for this video. And ayete okata. Nice to see everybody here again, showing that love and passion that I'm sure we all have for this amazing sport of boxing. Now listen, guys, you guys know, for those of you who watch these videos in America, in Japan, and all over the world, you guys know that for better or for worse, for good, bad, or indifferent, one of my favorite fighters in boxing is Jin Sasaki. Why? Because he's fun to watch and he's not a punk. Like even when he lost, even when he got his ass whooped by Brian Norman Jr., he wasn't like no Usima Lima where he gets folded or Stanionis where he just folded at the first sign of discomfort and looked for a way out. No. Jin had that Bushido warrior spirit that is built into a lot of these Japanese fighters, and he fought tooth and nail until he got nailed to the canvas by Brian Norman Jr. So, you know, I would like for that to not happen to him again, but I'm saying I could respect his efforts even in a loss. Now, he does have to get a lot of things right in his career. He does have to, you know, clean some things up defensively, get stronger for 147. And I think Jin Sasaki is going to come back better. I don't think he's going to go out like no punk. And I do think he's going to be a factor in this division on the world level again. But recently, guys, there was a card at Corkin Hall, and one of the other Japanese welterweights fought on this card. Now, that welterweight is none other than Hama no Taisan, as they say in Japanese. Hama no Taisan. That's Japanese for the Mike Tyson of Yokohama, and that is none other than Sora Tanaka. He had a fight on the card where he fought one of Jin Sasaki's old opponents. He fought Shoki Sakai, and he got a 6-round stoppage. It was very questionable. So on paper it looks good because I don't think Shoki Sakai's ever been stopped before. Maybe he's been stopped once, but not many people have stopped him, if any. And he was able to get a stoppage on paper, but if you go watch the fight, I don't think the fight should have been stopped in my opinion. But nonetheless, he got the stoppage. They have a common opponent. He's coming off a win. He's undefeated. He's trying to get on that world level. Sasaki's coming off of a loss. He's trying to get back, you know, into the fold of the rankings and back on the world level. So Jin Sasaki actually hopped in the ring and he called out Sora Tanaka. And this comes as no surprise to me because, guys, before Jin Sasaki got nailed to the canvas against Brian Norman Jr., I made a video in May. I made a video back in May talking about how I thought these guys were going to fight in the near future because Sora Tanaka was on the undercard of Brian Norman Jr. versus Jin Sasaki. And here we are. We got, you know, Jin Sasaki calling out Sora Tanaka. You know, as many of you guys know, I'm very good friends with a couple people from Jin's gym at the Hachiochi Nakaya gym, and I do communicate with some of those people. And you know, I've been told that this is a fight that they're looking at for the middle of next year. So you know, what do I think about it? What do I think about a potential match between Jin Sasaki and Sora Tanaka? Now, domestically in Japan, I think it's going to be a really, really entertaining fight. You know, for as small as Jin Sasaki is at welterweight, Sora Tanaka's even smaller than him. I think Sora Tanaka should probably be fighting at 135, maybe even, you know, maybe 140. But he's a small guy. Packs a good punch. He's a short, compact fighter, which is why they call him the Mike Tyson of Yokohama, which I think is a bit far-fetched, but it's cool. It's a cool name. I like the name. It's going to be a fight where, you know, like a lot of these Japanese regional fights, they're very dangerous. They're very action-packed, and these guys fight to the death. I've seen deaths in Japanese boxing on TV, so it's like these are very, very hellacious fights. And I think the challenge for Jin and what I'm really looking to see from Jin Sasaki in this fight is growth. You know, I don't want to just see Jin Sasaki going in there and being a gunslinger anymore. I want to see him start to box a little more and set up his power. I want to see him start evolving as a fighter because I know people don't believe in him, but I still believe in Jin. I still think Jin can, at bare minimum, I'm not saying he's going to win a world title, but I still think he could still be a high-level contender in the welterweight division and be a real factor. And maybe against the right guy, he could become champion. You understand? But if this is going to be one of his next fights in the near future, then he's got to show me some growth in this fight because I'm going to say it like this. I like Sora. I think Sora is good. I think Sora, if Jin Sasaki's punch resistance is all the way gone because of Norman, you know, Sora could exploit that. But if we're just talking about, you know, talent and skills and ability, I think Jin is better than Sora. I think Sora's undersized. I think as bad as Jin's defense is, I think Sora's defense is more leaky. And I think, I'm expecting Jin to come out of this fight as a winner. And not just win, but win in sensational fashion. You understand? So it's a good opportunity for him to get him back on track, for him to fight a prospect from Japan who's undefeated from the Ohashi gym. So it's a chance to take the O from a fighter at one of Japan's most prestigious gyms and get back on track. Now for Sora, this is a great chance to fast track himself potentially into the world rankings. Let's be real about Sora Tanaka. He hasn't really fought anybody. And the one guy he fought at Jin Sasaki, he got a very questionable stoppage. He got, in my estimation, he got the Ohashi Mr. Honda special. He got a preferential stoppage because of who he has behind him, right? So I like Sora. I think Sora's a fun fighter, but I don't see Sora as a champion. And I don't even really see Sora as a high-level contender, if I'm being honest with you, just because I think he's really undersized for this weight class and he's defensively even more irresponsible than Jin. You understand me? So I think Jin should beat him, and I would love to see him look sensational when they do fight. I don't think they're gonna fight till like probably April or May or June of next year, because Jin still has to take time off. I think it'd be stupid on Jin's part to just rush back. You got nailed to canvas in devastating fashion by Brian Norman Jr. There's some things technical-wise he needs to work on, physical-wise he needs to work on, mentally he has to work on. But when the time comes, I'm expecting Jin to put belt to ass on Sora, and if he doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed. So that being said, those are my thoughts on the fight. What do you guys think? What do you guys make of Jin Sasaki potentially fighting Sora Tanaka? A good domestic matchup for Japanese boxing. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. You won't be disappointed.